I'm Grant Zellner, blessed to be sitting here with 12-time major champion. Is that correct?
If you say
Juliana
so,
Korver?
I really don't
I
know.
just counted them up. I'm pretty sure I've got it right. You first became a major champion in 1995 as an amateur. Your most recent came earlier this year. You're the defending champion of Worlds in your age division from last year. Just with all of that perspective, what are your emotions when you step into yet another World Championship and see faces that you've known for decades?
The age protected world championship to me is a reunion. And it's hard for me to recapture the same level of anticipation for the competition for this level of event, but you just are so grateful for all of the friends that you've made throughout the decades. And everywhere you turn, you see a familiar face. And that's really what it's about now at this level.
I want to ask you about one familiar face in particular. When you walk up to the tee box this week, as you will many times over the course of 5 days of competition, you'll likely look over and you'll see Des Redding looking back at you. When you think about all the times that moment has occurred and reoccurred in your career, it's got to be something of a Groundhog Day. What comes to mind when you see her face looking at you and you have the pressure of a shot and you remember back to all of the times that you felt that before?
It really feels like it's come full circle. I don't know if you know how many similarities Des and I have. We both went to the same college at the same time. I'm a year older than she is. We're both nearly 6 feet tall. We're both January birthdays. We have a lot of things that we both experienced at the same time in the same place. We were both Iowa athletes, and I think it speaks to the strength of women in Iowa, actually. We have both had very impressive careers, and none of that would have happened without our beginnings in Iowa.
Just between you and me, nobody else paying any attention here. Is there any fun banter? Is there any, I don't want to say trash talk, but is there any, you know each other so well. Are there any times where you all share a look or just a word that reminisces a story? Does she ever give you grief for being a year older than she is? I mean,
no, but now maybe she will. I'm terrible at trash talking unless I'm playing against the guys. When I'm playing against the men, then I can get in that headspace. But otherwise, I'm not capable of it.
Let's focus a little bit more on the challenge that you have facing you this week. You certainly have the career reps, the tens of thousands of hours perfecting your form and your craft. So when it comes to preparing for this specific event, what are you focused on?
See, that comes back around to I don't have the same intensity for this event that I used to. So now my year is usually focused, well, for the last 3 or 4 years, has focused around the DGPT. And that's what I'm really working towards. And then the age protected, they're just kind of gravy on top of it. So it's kind of hard to change gears and then to transition over and back and forth between one side of the aisle and the other.
When you arrive on site, what are you focused on getting reps in out on the course, getting eyes on every hole that you possibly can? And in doing so, how do you guard against overplay, injury, or even just mental burnout? How do you guard against those things?
Well, we skipped Beaver State so that we could be here well in advance to be able to see all the courses multiple times. Not sure that the circumstances are such that was all that beneficial with all the changes that are happening last minute now. But no, I don't overplay. I didn't play yesterday. I'm just walking today to see some of the changes. I try not to play the day before any event if possible. And it's not that I feel the overuse strains, but they have to be there and I don't want to push it. So no, it's more important that I feel comfortable, and the way that I do that is to go take notes, to take measurements, to just feel it out, not play it over and over and over again.
So many events on the Disc Golf Pro Tour are 3-day events. A few are 4-day, and some of the majors are 4-day. This is a 5-day. During the course of the week, how will you take care of your body, take care of your energy? You've got friends that you'll want to go out and watch play when you're not playing. How are you going to handle that?
Yes, this is a 5-day, but I don't know the exact distances on my courses, but I'm guessing they're 5,000 at most, maybe even less than that. So one round is less than half a round on the DGPT, so fatigue's not going to be an issue.
I want you to indulge me for just a minute and picture yourself doing something that hasn't happened yet. Imagine that it's Saturday, and imagine that it is you hoisting that trophy for yet another major championship. It would be your 13th. Can you describe what that would mean to you, especially in comparison to some of the major championships that you won years ago? How has the feeling stayed the same, and how has the feeling changed?
The feeling will never be the same as the very first win. Never. That was by far the heaviest, and I can still make myself come to tears thinking about that very first one. And of course, you want to win every time you go out there, and of course, it means more when there's a major in front of the title. So, will it be emotional? Yes, it will be. But then, I'm also a little bit disappointed that there's 5 people in our division. I mean, there's some talented women, don't get me wrong, but it's still a tiny, tiny division. So it feels like stepping back in time, not only because we're playing with the same people that we played with decades ago, but because the division is just minuscule. So it's a little bit bittersweet, regardless of how the outcome comes.
Can anything be done other than waiting for more and more of a population to grow into the division in terms of age? Can anything be done?
Well, this might be a little controversial, but I at the moment think that the 5-year divisions might have been a little premature, might have been a mistake, because I know some people across the genders, across the age divisions, that didn't bother because they knew that the possibility for a big division wasn't there. So I'm not saying that there's not a difference between somebody who's 60 and somebody who's 69, or, pick your division and see the difference. Yes, there's differences, but it depends on what you're looking for. I want to play with more people, and I think it's really enjoyable to get to meet a lot of different people, and that opportunity is not here this week.
Well, I hope if you add in all the other divisions, you do get to meet a lot of people. Maybe
Yes.
more importantly, I hope a lot of people get a chance to meet you. Juliana Korver, thanks for being here this week. Best of luck.
Thank you very much.